I wanted just to speak to, on behalf of Lord Hampton, who's had to leave, about his amendments 120D and 120E, and he apologises to noble lords for not having taken part before due to working on other bills that have been clashing at the same time. But noble lords will obviously remember the Bus Services Bill number 2, now the Bus Services Act, and these same amendments were tabled by the noble lord at that time. And at that time we were told, and I quote, "The government will look to utilise these principles in their delivery of the forthcoming road safety strategy, and this strategy will lay the foundation for government leadership while providing flexibility for local authorities to determine the most appropriate approach for their local circumstances." End quote. But the long-awaited road safety strategy, according to Lord Hampton, is rather coy on bus safety, mentioning the Act, what TfL are doing, and then saying safety measures could then be specified as part of franchising contracts. So Lord Hampton clearly is very concerned that it's very much only if local authorities are minded to, that they might in some way move forward in this safety area. Whereas in London we see TfL has a Vision Zero strategy to eliminate all deaths and serious injuries from the transport network by 2041 and no one to be killed on or by a bus by 2030. And surely this should be baked into all future transport contracts nationwide. And I think Lord Hampton is right to flag this, because the road safety strategy is overall a really excellent document in so many areas. But I think in this area around bus safety, it has fallen short of what we had all hoped for from the Bus Services Bill. So I hope the noble lord can address these points about devolution, but also about bus safety and making sure we're tackling those issues as well.
Turning to Amendment 120D on Vision Zero, noble lords will remember bus safety being discussed at length during the passage of the Bus Services Bill. The noble Lord Hampton's contributions helped highlight this important issue and ensured that bus safety is included in the recently published road safety strategy. That was published on the 7th of January, the first such strategy for 15 years, and the strategy sets out government's vision for a safer future on our roads for all road users and not only buses. And I would say to the noble Baroness Lady Pidgeon that the whole strategy is based on the internationally recognised safe system approach, a core component of Vision Zero, and the safe system principle accepts that human error will happen but ensures that all road users, roads, vehicles, speeds and post-crash care work together to prevent fatalities. It's a shared responsibility. It's right that local areas, including Greater Manchester and Oxford, and indeed London's been mentioned too, are adopting Vision Zero, and the government welcomes other local areas doing that in respect of buses, but it must be right for them. On Amendment 120E, buses already provide one of the safest modes of road transport in Britain, and we remain committed to increasing that safety further. And in the passage of the Bus Services Act, we discussed the adherence to the highest standards of safety monitored by the Driver and Vehicle Standards Agency and regulated by traffic commissioners. This subject was exhaustively discussed there, and there is already collection of data both by the department, by the Driver and Vehicle Standards Agency and the police, and carried down to local authority level through the Stats 19 framework, and also collected from PSV operators who must report incidents to the DVSA thanks to their operators' licensing requirements. These data sets already provide a comprehensive picture of bus safety, and as observed during the passage of the Bus Services Act, to require more frequent or richer data would increase the burden on drivers, strategic authorities and the police. So I thank the noble Baroness for raising the noble Lord Hampton's amendments on this issue, and I hope that he will be reassured that we remain, as we were during the passage of the Bus Services Act, to increasing bus safety, and we're taking real action to do so.